Hey all, I'm Jason Paul here. Welcome to this new topic, Adobe PageMaker. Today we are going to see about the activities which involves with this software. Let me show you the coverage which we are going to cover in this video. First we are going to see desktop publishing and also followed by how to open and create PageMaker, and the workspace tells about each and every activity which is segmented, followed by title bar, menu bar, toolbar and toolbox. So these are the topics we are going to cover in this session. Let's before going into the topic of this software named Adobe PageMaker, let me start with the introduction, which is desktop publishing. The desktop publishing means creating a page layout for document using DTP software. What is meant by page layout here? The page layout means is a structure format. For example, if you see a newspaper, or if you take a newspaper, they will align it as a segment. For example, the headline should be on the top, and advertisement should be on the particular corner, and the content should be framed in a proper structured manner. It's called as layout. So in a whole, it is called as a page layout. For example, if you consider in the first page, all the important topics should be covered and it should be structured in a particular way, while uh, while also generating blueprint for a house. They will make these kinds of layout: the dining hall, the hall, and the front veranda, and also the kitchen should be in this position and that position. They all do alter these way in a way to frame a house. Likewise, in here we are framing a page, how it should be displayed to the viewers. The popular softwares I have listed in the screen, which is Adobe PageMaker, Adobe InDesign, and Crack Express, is one of the most prominent software which is used for publishing the page, which is commonly termed as desktop publishing. Let's go into the topic. Introduction to Adobe PageMaker. As I said earlier, Adobe PageMaker is a page layout software which is used to lay out a design. It may be a small card, or it may be a book, or it may be a newspaper, as I said earlier. That is what I listed on the screen. For example, for your understanding, let me tell you, if for example for a business people, they have a quick card which can be given to a particular organization, or to a member, or to the known person, whoever they meet, to share it on. The business card, namely, it will contain the name of the person, their occupation, and where are they from, and they will list all these kinds of text contents, and also if wanted they add pictures of themselves in the card. So it has a small card in their hand which is designed, so it can be made designed with this software, namely Adobe PageMaker. So in a short, Adobe PageMaker contains text and picture elements mostly. So the next topic is opening PageMaker. So we are entering into the process of Adobe PageMaker. As I said earlier, it's a page layout software which is used to align a software, basically from business card, even for a book. While generating a book, you can see on the textbook which is given by government of Tamil Nadu, or whatever the textbook or companies it might be, they will frame it in a structured way. It will be neat and canny, which will attract the user. For opening the PageMaker, as is shown in the screen, we have to click on the Start button, followed by All Programs, and Adobe PageMaker 7.0 and Adobe PageMaker 7.0. So the version we are looking on is Adobe PageMaker 7.0 as per the text syllabus coverage. So there is advanced software available with regard with PageMaker, but here we are going to see about Adobe PageMaker version 7. So when you click on the options as shown here, the PageMaker will open as shown here. This is the whole screen of the PageMaker. which will shows a blank opening screen of a Adobe PageMaker. To move on with the process of creation, you have to choose a menu, which is on the left corner. On the top left, you can see a file menu. When you click on that, you can see a menu, namely new. As you see here, when you click on file to new, you can open a particular page layout for adding your content and aligning them, or you can press Ctrl plus N as a shortcut key for opening the document you want to create. For example, consider I want to create a newspaper page. For a page means I have to select a particular size of the page. I will show on the next screen. So when you press on the particular option, it will generate the page. You can add the content and align them. When you click on Ctrl plus N, the screen will open as this, as shown in the screen. The main prominent options we are going to use here is page size, which is shown as letter here. When you click on the drop down button, you can see several page size available from A4 to B3 to B4 sizes of pages, and also newsletter pages. If you don't know the dimensions of the page, you can measure it with your scale and also put it on the dimensions, which is specified here as 8.5 and 11 inches. If you are consider I have a page which has 10 inches and 12 inches of height, you can add it to the dimension directly, so without choosing the page size on the top. So click on the selected option page size which you want, and click OK to proceed. When you click OK to proceed, the screen will open as untitled. I will show on the next screen. There is particularly an element named pasteboard. The pasteboard has a very prominent activity. Whichever the text you copy, it will have a backup copy with itself, but it won't be shown on the screen but can be accessed. So that is called as a pasteboard, which is temporarily stores the contents of the page. So this is the page. After clicking OK on the dialog box, it will open a title bar. It will open as this. The sections is categorized as shown in the screen. I will explain you. The title bar is the topmost bar, which is shown in the left top corner, and the name of the file which when it open is untitled one. The question will be asked, what is the name of the file when it is open as blank? It is called as untitled one. Followed by the menu bar below, where the file, edit, layout, types, elements comes under menu bar, and followed by toolbar, which have a quick access. For instead of using the menu options, you can have a direct access in the toolbars. It has something like 20 icons on the screen itself, which can be accessed directly, which are the common tools. Next below is the rulers. The rulers are like a margin, which can be used for aligning the page margin. For example, when you write an examination, margin is specified. Why you specify a margin? From that margin only you write the content. Likewise, we can specify where the content of the page should display, because we do turn papers. For example, if you consider newspaper, when you read it, you turn the paper left and right, the corners will get bent, so you have to give some space for that. So the margin allows us to make that space for bending the page. Next is toolbox. Toolbox is like a school box, a pencil box which you brings on to school. It contains several items, elements, which the icons which is shown on the screen has a particular purpose, which are going to discuss on the class continues. So nextly, black border. The black border specify the page corner area, and also I discuss about the margins. And nextly, in the below is the pages. Now, how many pages you have created on a particular document, it will be listed on here. If you have 8 pages created, it will show as 8. So how many pages you generated, it will be shown here. Nextly, horizontal scroll bar and vertical scroll bar. You can see there is a slider available. The horizontal scroll bar moves left to right and right to left, and vertical bars moves top to bottom and bottom to top. You can move on the screen as you want. So I explained the whole screen. In short, I quickly explain it. The title bar as shown here, as I said earlier, it's in the top, it's untitled one, and one of the prominent options available in title bar is minimize, maximize and close. The minimize button is used when you have other works. You can minimize it on the taskbar and do other work and come back again. So for that purpose, the minus icon is used, and also followed by the following icon, which is square box, which is maximize. D4 screen occupies a particular area of the laptop or PC, but if you want to occupy the full screen, you have to click maximize. If you have finished all the works and you want to end the program, you can click on the X icon, which is available on the right corner, and when you click on it, it will close the Adobe PageMaker. So that's the session with the title bar. Nextly, menu bar. Menu bar, as I said earlier, it has contains several menus under it, which is called as sub menus. It has different purpose. For example, we are accessing a file, clicking on file menu and clicking on new will open a new page. So it is available on the file menu. So on, there are several options and menus available, sub menus available inside each of these menus. We will see in the later classes. So it's a menu bar session. Nextly, toolbar. Toolbar contains a quick access tool like opening a file, creating a new page, saving a file, and also increasing the size of the text and also minimizing the text. And also you can have an alignment access directly. So these are the options available in toolbar session, which can be directly accessed. If you don't know the what is the particular icon does, we can move the mouse pointer over the icon. It will tell a tooltip, which has a short description. Nextly, toolbox. The toolbox is a tools which is commonly used under for generating and creating the text and picture element to be aligned. If you want to disable or hide a tool, you can choose on Windows menu and also clicking on hide. If you want to show a tool, you can click on tools to show, which is, as I said earlier, here the window menu will be available in the menu bar. When you click on the window which is available in the last part, the second option, it will show whether to show or hide the tool. That's what we see here in the toolbox, to either to hide the tool or to show the tool. Nextly, the toolbox. The toolbox contains these kinds of tools which are named here, from pointer tool, text tool, rotating tool, cropping tool, line tool, constraint line tool, rectangle tool, rectangle frame tool, ellipse frame tool, polygon tool, polygon frame tool, hand tool, and zoom tool. These are the common tools which we use in PageMaker for aligning the text and pictures. So before going into the purpose of these tools activity, let's see the shortcuts for these tools. Here are the shortcuts. For pointer, you can just press F9, which is shown on the screen, and for the rotating tool, you have to press shift key followed by F2. For line tool, you have to press shift plus F3. For rectangle tool, you have to press shift plus F4, and ellipse tool, shift plus F5. For polygon tool, you have to press shift plus F6. From 2 to 6 tools which you have listed in this screen, you can see
you have to press shift key followed by the combination key F2 to F6. The next tool is the hand tool. From hand tool to rectangle frame tool, you have to press shift plus alt, which is available, you can see on the screen itself. By using the combination of arrow mouse button, you can have hand tool available on the screen. For text tool, you have to press shift plus alt plus F1. For copying tool, you have to press shift plus alt plus F2. For constraint line tool, you have to press shift plus alt plus F3. And rectangle frame tool, you have to press shift plus alt plus F4. So these are the shortcuts which can be used alternatively for quick access. Let's see the purpose of these tools. The pointer tools is the main tool which is used in PageMaker for selecting a text or moving a text or moving any kinds of graphical elements or resizing them. For this purpose, the pointer tool is used. Followed by text tool. Text tool basically used for typing the text. You can click on the screen anywhere on the workspace which is available, which is generated. When you click on the screen, it will enable the icon cursor as shown in this screen, and you can type your text. For typing text, text tool is used. Rotating tool. Rotating tool is used to align the text in a particular direction, namely if you want to place it diagonal, you can use the rotating tool, or vertical or horizontal, in any kinds of direction in which way you want, you can place the text, and also the graphical element which is images. Nextly, cropping tool. Cropping tool is used to trim the graphic. For example, I'm having a photo of it, and if you want to crop the tool, you can edit the tool along the picture. If you want to crop, you can crop the tool on the device by clicking on the crop tool and editing them. Nextly, line tool. Line tool is used to separate one content with the other, to highlight this content is separate and this content is different from the other. So line tool is used to separate the content. It is also used for any kinds of activity. Nextly, constraint line tool. Constraint line tool is an alternative for line tool. It won't draw a full line, but in the end it will place a L-shaped line, so we can distinguish this content is separate from the other. For example, in the newspaper, you can see for one news end there will be a L-shaped cut will be given on the particular content, and the other content will be separated twice. So you can see on the screen the particular L-shaped line will be available, which is used to constrain, which is a constraint line to separate the content. Nextly, rectangle tool. Rectangle tool is used for a square or rectangle which is placed on the page for placing pictures column. Nextly, rectangle frame tool. In the main means of rectangle frame tool, you can create a placeholder for text and graphics. For example, if you want to combine a graphic and a text to be merged together in a particular box element in a rectangle frame, you can use this rectangle frame tool. In the wise of ellipse tool, a circle is drawn. A circle or oval shape is just called as an ellipse. So you can draw it it can be used as a frame. For example, when you have a wedding picture of a particular person, you can see two pictures in a place inside the oval shaped ellipse. So for this purpose, ellipse tool is used. Nextly, ellipse frame tool. Frame tool, as I said earlier, which is used on rectangle frame tool, the text and graphics is merged in a rectangle shaped frame. Here, instead of rectangle, the ellipse frame is used. oval shape is used. Nextly, polygon tool. The polygon tool has a 6 end corners, which is same like a circle but as a bend on each side. It is also used for as a stave. Polygon frame tool. Polygon frame tool is the same activity like rectangle frame tool. The only difference is with the shape. The shape is different and the content and the pictures can be merged along. Nextly, hand tool. Hand tool is used as an alternative for scrolling bar. There is two scroll bars are available, which is vertical scroll bar and horizontal scroll bar, which is used to move left to right and top to bottom. Here, instead of that, hand tool is used, which is used as a quick access to move around the screen. Nextly, zoom tool. Zoom tool is used for printing purpose. Whatever the content which is when a particular organization print a text, they will print the company name in a small letters, which is not visible in a normal view. For that, zoom tool can be used to zoom the text in a proper way, whether the text content is properly typed or not. So for that purpose, zoom tool is used for accuracy. So these are the purposes of these tools, which are the combinations activity. We can create a whole page alternatives. So that's it for the today's session. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any doubts regarding these, you can comment below. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.